Let's start with number 5.
Yep.
Number 5, I would say, was Cyberpunk 2077. That's one of my favorite games.
Okay.
Now, the reason why it's number 5 is because when I played it, it had glitches and everything.
Yeah, that's I heard
So
in the news.
they didn't fix that and all that stuff. So that's why it's on number 5. What's going on, guys? It's your boy SavageGamer68 back again with another podcast, and today is going to be probably the most addicting and talkative podcast ever. It is the favorite games and series that we all love and want to play. That probably was a little bit mixed up, but it will be fine. So, we're going to be talking about favorite games, any series that we like, and then also we got a special request from Brian. We're going to be talking about wrestling too. Little shout outs and all that stuff to Brian. But for right now, we're going to stick to the games and then we're going to get to the juicy content after. But Brian, you already know what the topic is. Favorite games. Now, let's try and bring it back to like when we were younger. I know I mentioned I did a podcast where it's favorite childhood games, but like what are some of the games that you grew up on and then as you got older, which ones became your favorite?
This is probably a rare one. This is probably going to be a rare one.
Yeah.
I call it Police Quest from Sierra PC games.
Police Quest.
That's where you become a police officer and then upgrade to a detective.
So it's almost like CSI.
Almost like that.
Ooh,
That's an old one.
I haven't even heard of that. I know they have the new game. Well, it's not technically new. It's like a few years old. It's called Police Pursuit.
Sort of like Police Quest. It's sort of like it.
Okay. Yeah, because I haven't played that game, but that's definitely another good game. When I was younger, we played the old-fashioned Mario Kart on the
Hmm.
GameCube, where you're allowed to have two characters and you go around throwing red shells and blue shells and all
And
that stuff.
bananas, probably.
Oh yeah, the bananas were the funny part. You go over here, grab the banana, and just start throwing it backwards and all that stuff. You could throw it forwards. But that wasn't really my favorite game and all that stuff. There was one game I don't even know where it is, but it used to be like my favorite childhood game. It was Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
That you were able to play the characters after you like I think defeat them. You're able to switch out, transform into different characters. You can play them.
Yeah.
I used to be the bunny,
Oh.
the bad, the bad bunny, bro,
Yeah.
punching people and everything. I forgot the whole game, but like it was a good like GameCube game back in the day. I think it was GameCube or PlayStation. But what about as you got older? Any games?
I would say, well, me and my sister used to play Super Mario 64.
Mm. That was like the old fashioned like Nintendo 64
Yeah.
console?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played that. I've seen people play Nintendo 64, but I never played it myself.
You should get one.
Man, how old is a Nintendo 64?
A couple of years.
Couple years? I haven't really played that.
You really want to do it? You better get it, man. Better get it.
Are there any other games that you can play on Nintendo 64? Or is it just strictly Mario?
Well, yeah. I'm trying to think. You can play a lot of sports games. You can play like All Star Baseball.
Mm.
They got Madden 64.
So the game that you pretty much cooked me in, they have.
Yeah. Still the same. Still the same.
Oh yeah, but it doesn't make a difference that they have games that you be cooking me in. You and your 64-0 touchdown record.
Yeah, I'm
This
pretty
man,
good.
this man cooked me in football on the console. Blew me out, literally like 64-0 or something like that. It was like I had 0 points, so I was trash. But
Yeah.
definitely cooked me on that one. I would say as I got older, originally my favorite game was Wizard 1 and all that stuff. That game has been I still have it to this day. So that game is definitely my favorite and all that stuff as a PC game. So PC games are League of Legends and Wizard 101. Do you have any PC games?
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft. Yeah, I used to play that game when I was younger. I'm upset that my account got banned and all that stuff because I miss like I loved playing World of Warcraft when I was younger, and it's like such an open world and all that stuff. You could do as pretty much anything in the game, and I used to like be I think it was like an assassin or something like that, like level 79 or something like that. Then I bought an expansion, got a level 130 orc or something like that. Hunter. No, it was 110. But now that they added new things, I was debating whether to play World of Warcraft or not, but because of how much money you have to invest just to be able to start an account, I told myself, no, I'm not gonna do it. But definitely World of Warcraft was one of the games I used to play as a kid. I would literally like I think stay up. It was World of Warcraft was the original game that I played. Then it was Wizard 101, then it was League of Legends. But I played the two. The thing World of Warcraft I haven't played since I got banned. That's because I was using fake accounts and all that stuff. And then when I use my real email, I basically that's when I was like, it's gonna be too much money to even start this account. So yeah, World of Warcraft was definitely a good game. What about console?
Hmm. Hmm.
Because I know you play a lot of console and everything, so I figured I'd ask.
I think
Was it too many games?
it's been a long time.
You play console here, so you can.
Well, I probably shouldn't tell about this, but I play sometimes I play Star Trek Online.
There's no shame in that. Star Trek Online is a good
I'm a
game.
Klingon. I'm a Klingon.
Yeah. There isn't there a game similar to Star Trek? It's called Eve Online.
That's similar, yeah.
Yeah. Because I've seen a lot of commercials for that and everything.
Yeah. Eve Online. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I remember last time you were talking about the Star Trek game and everything. But what's your favorite part about it?
Well, the only thing I would say is like choosing your own character, choosing your own race. I chose the Klingon Empire.
So basically you can create your own character and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
it's like World of Warcraft, only Star Trek.
Mm. And you get to have like certain weapons and gear and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
for Klingon, you have a bat'leth or a disruptor rifle, disruptor pistol.
Oh, so it's got almost like Halo
A
vibe.
bat'leth like is a Klingon knight. It's a Klingon knight.
Mm. I could just imagine like seeing like Star Trek characters in that game with like a knife and everything. They just start doing like random moves and all that stuff with
That's
it.
what Klingons do. Klingons do that.
Yeah, that would definitely be like fun and all that stuff.
It's free to play on Xbox One. It's free.
There you go. Yeah.
Honestly, it's free.
Yeah, but
But
you
don't
have
but don't do the in-app purchases. Don't do those.
no, 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 never. I don't do in-app purchases. I've done that to a few games of mine when I was younger, but
They
it
drown
wasn't
out
worth it.
money. Drowned out the money.
Yeah, it drained out the money. The only game I've invested so much money into is Wizard 1. I probably put about like $500 into that game.
Damn.
Well, here's the thing. That's over the course of 2013. Because I think 2013 is when I first made the account and all that stuff. And then I still have it to this day. So my account is about 12 years old and all that stuff.
Hmm.
So I still, to this day, have that account and everything. And I'm still willing to play it and all that stuff. I just haven't had a chance to do that. But
Yep.
my favorite game, there's so many games that I've played over the course that I can't even figure out like the best games. I can't like tell you the one game. I could tell you like top five and all that stuff. So you want to do games right now, or do you want to do series?
I don't know. It's two games.
All right, we'll do the games. So I'm gonna do my top five games that I've played in the entire console. I was gonna say lifespan, but you already know Wizard 101 and League of Legends are already on there too.
Yep.
So we're gonna take off the PC for a second. But my favorite console games from when I first got my Xbox till now, I would say PlayStation, but I was playing like Avatar and everything when I was younger. This is more of like older. Uh, I got to really like think about it because It's definitely like crazy. Mostly, I would say, is the survival games. Survival games were the good ones, and all that stuff. Um, Now if we're talking, you see, because I'm trying to tie in games with the series and all that stuff, but I keep thinking about certain things. So all right, so number one, for how about no, we're gonna start with number five.
Yep.
Number five, I would say was Cyberpunk 2077.
Hmm.
That's one of my favorite games.
Okay.
Now, the reason why it's number five is because when I played it, it had glitches and everything.
Yeah, that's I heard
So
in the news.
they didn't fix that and all that stuff. So that's why it's on number five. I would say number four would have to be uh, Ark Survival.
Okay.
Ark Survival was another good game and everything. Um, of course, you got to put Grand Theft Auto on there on the list.
Yep.
Grand Theft Auto is definitely a good game. That's number three and all that stuff, so it's in the middle. You get to go around, you can blow up planes, you can fly jets, you can dive, you could be naked in the game,
Ew.
and all. You know, there's an actual village in the game where they have people that are like naked running around
Oh
and
my
all that
god.
stuff. They actually have that. One of these days when we go when you have Grand Theft Auto, I'll fly to the location and show it to you
All right.
and all that stuff. It's like on top of like a mountain. I have to research to find out where it is, but that's definitely number three. Now number two and one is a little bit challenging and all that stuff. Number one, I'm gonna save that for last, and you'll know why and all that stuff. Number two, ah, it would definitely have to be Borderlands 2.
What?
Borderlands was a good game that I played. I actually had like so much time into it. I would say Borderlands 3, but Borderlands 2 was when everything like good started happening. That's when you're able to like get all the good loot. You get to have the cheat codes and everything that were there because there's one weapon. Um, you have to go to Tiny Tina's uh, Assault on Dragon's Keep DLC. When you go there, they have to go like progress through the story and all that stuff, and you have to do a mission for Claptrap. He's like the wizard and all that stuff. And the first one you can do. The second one, when you have to make five dwarves drunk or something like that. Don't do the quest at all. Just keep the weapon. It's called a grog nozzle. Grog nozzle, if you use it, creates slag, which means you do like three times as much damage. But the thing that people don't really know, which if you're playing Borderlands 2 right now, listen up. The grog nozzle can heal you and all that stuff. So every time you shoot an enemy, like let's say you're an enemy and I start shooting you,
Yeah.
I basically increase the damage output for myself by slagging you, and I increase my health. So
Mm-hmm.
if you kill half my health, I shoot you with the grog nozzle, my health goes back to full
Oh, that's
in like 3 seconds. So every time you fire that weapon, you get health back. So that's the advantage of the weapon. That's why you don't want to ever turn that quest in. But number one, it's another survival game and everything.
yeah.
Now, I would say it's Citadel because I'm playing that right now, but I don't want to because I haven't fully explored like all the good stuff in the game. So we're gonna put that off. The other one, which I have a good story for, is No Man's Sky.
Okay.
No Man's Sky, honestly, I would say the game is like super large. Like not talking file size, I'm talking about like exploration. Like there's well, last time I googled it, it said like for you to get 100% in the game, it would take like 1,000 in real life years just to figure out all the aspects. But No Man's Sky was definitely a good game. The only thing that would be bad and horrible about that game was the time that I got stuck on a planet.
Oh my gosh.
So there's a reason and the story behind that, because what I was doing was I was exploring the planets and everything, and it wasn't really the quest. I was just trying to see what planets and all that stuff were there, just exploring and all that stuff. And I go to a water planet, and I basically bring my ship, and I fly down, and I land. I'm like, all right. So I look around, it's just water. I'm like, oh, there's nothing here. I go to my plane, I can't fly back
Ooh.
because I had no fuel.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to find fuel. It was I forgot what it was. It was like carbon or something like that, or oxygen, one of the two. I had to like farm it, but I had to swim like 3 miles in the game just to be able to get the items. I actually stole from robots because there's like these orbs and everything, and if you sell them, you get like $180,000 or something like that in the game. So I used to steal all the orbs. I had robots flying after me. I went back to the ship, created the fuel, jumped out, and then I was able to return to what I was doing. But that was definitely my number one game that I played. Now, if I would have gone further in Citadel, Forged with Fire, then Citadel, Forged with Fire would be number one. But that's kind of my list of the games. Before we
Mhm.
go into the series, like favorite game series, we're gonna still do the five. What's your top five games that you played?
Let's see. Top five.
I think I know what number one is, but I don't wanna. I don't wanna say. I'm gonna wait till after.
Top five. Let's see. My number five game, I would say. There's a lot of Star Wars involved. Could be a lot of Star Wars. There's a lot of Star Wars games I
Yeah.
played. Number five is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Those were like the old fashioned games with like they had the bad graphics and everything, right?
Yeah, that's number five.
Okay, that's why it's number five. I can get that.
Number four, I would say. Number four. Another Star Wars game called Battlefront. Battlefront 1 and
Mm.
2.
I played Battlefront 1 and all that stuff. I didn't finish it only because like I have almost all the stars, but there's that one star that you have to complete everything. You have to like defeat the mission without them having like half of your
Yeah.
flag or something like that, which is like a very hard challenge. But I can't do that.
Okay, it's number three.
All right, number three.
Number three, I would say, is Doom.
Doom. Now, which Doom? Because there's at least a few of them.
Doom 3.
Doom 3, I have that on my computer and all that stuff.
Yep, so do I. I have it on my laptop as well.
So, yeah. One of these days, I'm going to do a video of me playing Doom 3. All that stuff on my
Okay, that's
laptop.
number three. Number two would, I would say, trying to think. Okay, number two. Number two is Star Trek Online. Like I
Yeah.
always talk about
Star
that.
Trek Online.
And number one is WWE 2K25.
I was going to say, I know that number one is
That's
probably
number one.
You said
Wrestling
20? You said 25?
Yeah, 2K25.
Ooh.
It's new. It's what's new.
That's the one we played before, right? Or is that
We played last year's.
last year's? Oh, so we didn't even play the new one.
Nope. It's got a lot of new. It's got a lot of new wrestlers. New wrestlers.
Yeah, we gotta play that and everything one of these days. I gotta see if I can cook you in wrestling. And all that
You'll
stuff.
never beat me. You never will.
Well,
I'm too good. I'm too good. I'm
one
too
of the
good.
days I'll beat you and everything. I got close to that coffin match and everything, but I kept pressing the wrong button and all that stuff.
You need to practice. You need to practice wrestling. You need to practice.
Yeah, I got to definitely work into it and all that
You'll
stuff.
have to buy 2K25. You'll have to buy it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna.
It's for Xbox One. You can buy it for Xbox One.
Yeah, I can definitely buy it for Xbox One and all that stuff. But I rather save all the skills for in here and just do the raw talent and see if I can
You
beat
just need to practice it. That's why I recommend you practice.
Yeah, but I mean, you have a definitely strong list over there, and I can understand why the Star Wars games are number five because of the graphics and all that stuff.
Or number four.
Yeah, number four. But now we're gonna jump on to the favorite game series. So it's very similar, except it's the overall series.
Overall series.
The
Okay.
overall series. So you don't have to say, like, let's say Star Wars, Battlefront or something like that. You're actually just saying Star Wars in general.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do you want to go first for the series, or you want me to go first?
I think I'll try it.
All right. Top five game series of all time that you like or love.
Well, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. So I'd say number five would be. I don't know, man. I drew a blank.
Hmm.
Drew a blank on the series, but I do like Assassin's Creed. That's a good
Assassin's
series.
Creed is definitely a good series as a
Yep,
game.
I like that.
I think I was gonna put that in one of my top
Well, I
five.
guess I beat you to it.
You beat me too, but I could still mention and all
Well,
that stuff.
it's different things. Different things.
Yeah, because Assassin's Creed, that whole game series, it's fun. Like, yeah, at the beginning when you play like two and three, it's not as fun.
I like Black Flag. It's one of my
Black
favorites.
Flag is definitely a good one, all and stuff. The only part that's difficult is the ship battles and
I can
everything.
do those pretty good. I'm pretty good at those.
Yeah, the legendary ship battles. It took me a little bit to finish the one ship because it was like there was two of them in one battle, so you had
You
to.
have to have all good. You have to have good upgrades.
Yeah, you have to have all the upgrades and all that stuff. But now, if we say my favorite Assassin's Creed game in that would be Black Flag is one of them.
What about Rogue? Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Rogue was okay and all that stuff.
That's about the French and the Indian War.
Yeah, it was okay, but I would say my favorite one was either Valhalla or Odyssey.
I also like Assassin's Creed 3 about the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed 3 was definitely good and all that stuff.
Yeah, the Revolutionary War.
You know what my favorite thing to do in Black Flag was?
What?
Whenever I would go and I would destroy a ship and I would capture it, before like you know how when you basically hook on your ship and everything, you can kill all the people that were there. I used to go to the pivot guns and I would run my character to pivot guns and I would basically just aim at them and just start shooting at them and all that stuff and you could just see them just fly around
Oh my
and
god.
all that stuff. Sometimes I hit the explosives and three of them blow up. But that's what I would do before I actually jump on their ship. So that was definitely like a good advantage that I did. And
Yep.
then another one was what else? It would have to well, I think Odyssey or Origins, one of them you had like different abilities and I haven't used this ability, but I've seen like the graphics for it. But the one thing is like if you're on a ledge and you do the kick of Spartan, you can actually kick them over the ledge and just watch them just fly down
Oh my
and just
god.
like die. But I would say my top five series is definitely one of them is Assassin's Creed. Now I don't know where I want to put that. It's not number one and everything, but I would say number three. We'll stick Assassin's Creed in number three
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff. Um, Another one that I like is Far Cry. Far Cry, that series was definitely a good series because of like what it brought to the table. You have plenty of guns. I think Far Cry 6 you can customize the look of your guns and all that stuff. You can do a bunch of things and Far Cry in general is definitely a good game. The only thing that made me upset was every time I try to order, because I wanted to get the whole collection, every time I try to order Far Cry Primal on Amazon, they would always send me Far Cry 5.
Oh, that's so stupid.
And I'm like looking at them like, sir, you advertised Far Cry Primal.
Yeah.
That's the one game I'm missing in the collection. I would like to order that. They kept sending me copies of Far Cry 5. And I'm like looking at them like, bro, Far Cry 5 is not Far Cry Primal. So I went after the second time that it happened, I was like, Mom, we just gotta go to the store. So I actually went and got Far Cry Primal, so that way we didn't have any issues with Amazon again. But
Yeah.
so yeah, that's definitely we're gonna put that at number four
Okay.
and all that stuff. So you got Assassin's Creed number three. You got Far Cry. That's number four. Uh, what else? Halo.
Halo's good.
Halo is a good one. All that stuff. Halo, I would say is I'm not putting at number 5. I'm gonna put that number 2. 2 is definitely a good one and all that stuff. Now another uh, series that I would say, because I have to think back, because I have plenty of games and all that stuff. Another good series I would say is Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs was definitely a good series. My favorite one was the original OG Watch Dogs 1 because you were able to go around and do what you need to do. You can hack, you can kill people, all that stuff. My favorite thing would be always I was never like a loud gun person in Watch Dogs. I was more of getting the pistol with the silencer and just lightly sniping everybody
Oh my
and all that
god.
stuff. So that way I walk over to a location, snipe his head, boom, go walk around and all that stuff, be silent and quick stuff like that. But number one for my game series, you probably already figured it out. Borderlands.
Yeah, I know.
Borderlands is number one for me. The reason why Borderlands is the number one series in my collection and all that stuff is because of the vast majority of weapons you can have, the different character customizations, the different skills, the graphics, just the amount of things that it brings to the table in general is what makes it good. Because my favorite one, because I've played them all except for the newest one. Newest one's not available for my console, but I've played Borderlands 1, I played Borderlands 2, I played Borderlands the pre-sequel, and Borderlands 3. And then they had Tiny Tina Wonderlands. So I played all the Borderlands games. And it's definitely one of my top series. Tiny Tina Wonderlands brought like a whole bunch of stuff to the table and everything. I think recently they added like a new level patch or something like that that should be higher level. But that's my favorite game series, I would say. The list is not like it might change later on in life and all that stuff, but those are the list for right now. Now, do you have? I know you got your brain uh like all fogged up, but do you actually have like a small concrete list? Because I could think of two things for you on your list, and you can just put them together.
I don't know if you know this game, Ghost Recon. I like Ghost
Mm.
Recon.
No, I have that. I have that. The Tom Clancy Ghost Recon. I have um Ghost Recon Wildlands. That one's definitely a good one and all that stuff. You get to drive sports cars, you get to go drive around. The one that I played when I was younger, I had this through the 360. Ghost Recon, it was like Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, the original one.
Yeah.
And my thing was I wanted to be like completionist, so I wanted all the weapons. So me and my brother would basically um do the arena modes ourselves, and I would have him positioned to one door, and I would be in the other door, and we would try and like get the win because there was a weapon that was available if you beat all 50 waves in the game. It was like a pistol, something like that. But I
Yeah.
wanted to have all the weapons. So that now that you mentioned Ghost Recon, where would you stick it on the tier from 1 to 5?
I'd take it number 4.
Number 4? Alright. So there actually is a series that's in number 5. That's worse than Ghost Recon.
I don't know what else is worse. I don't know.
Um, well, I'll shoot out two ideas and everything. You mentioned Star Wars before. So,
Yep.
is the Star Wars series worthy to be on your top 5 list?
Well, probably.
Probably not. Ooh, so Star Wars is not on this list.
I
Ooh.
haven't played in a while. I haven't played in a
So,
while.
so this is spicy. Hold on.
Good.
So, Star Wars is not on your list, but yet you've played it. So, here's my question. Then,
Not too many times. I've played not too many
so
times.
Ghost Recon is number 4. Star Wars is not in the picture and all that stuff.
Not right at the moment. Not right at the moment.
What about wrestling?
It's still number 1.
Number 1? Okay, so number 1's wrestling, but I want to take a crack at what the other ones are cuz I'm curious now because you got wrestling at number 1 and you also got Ghost Recon at number 4.
Yep.
So now I'm curious to see what number 2, 3 and 5 are. Because Star Wars is not on the list, so I don't know what series that you've played can be on those.
I ran out of ideas. I ran out of ideas.
What about Halo? Because I know we used to play Halo and everything. Is
You
Halo?
kick my ass in Halo. You would.
Yeah, that's because well, the thing was the maps were never um put together and all that stuff.
And my aim is a little off. My aim is off.
Yeah, but definitely one of those days we can do the story mode and see if we can get
I
better.
gotta buy Halo. I gotta buy it.
Yeah, but is Halo worthy of your top 5 list?
Well, I guess it is.
Oh, Halo, we made it. So I'm gonna take a stab at it. I feel like Halo, because it's not your strong suit, is number 5.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Now is that where you want to place it, or do you have a better place for it?
Number 3.
Number 3? Okay, so it's better than Watch Dogs, but it's not as good as wrestling. So now that just leaves us with the question, what's 2 and 5?
Number 2, I would say. It's another Star Wars game. It's called Star Wars Jedi Starfighter.
No, this is series.
They have the Star Wars Starfighters too. But that's a series.
Oh, that's actually a series?
There's Star Wars Starfighter. There's Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. Only two. There's only two of them.
Okay, so Star Wars technically gets on the list and everything.
Not the Knights of the It's the Starfighters.
No, Starfighters. So Starfighters is on the list, not Star Wars. So you got wrestling at number 1, you got Starfighters number 2, you got Halo is number 3, not Watch Dogs. Ghost Recon at number 4.
I'm trying to think of a fifth one.
So fifth one, the one that's not like it's playable, but it's not their favorite and everything. What about Grand Theft Auto?
I guess it could be. I don't play it that often anymore.
So Grand Theft Auto could be number 5.
I'd say I have the original Grand Theft. I like my fifth one would be like San Andreas.
San Andreas. So the
San Andreas.
Grand Theft Auto series, but San Andreas is number 5.
Yeah.
So that's definitely it's a very strong list and all that stuff. Some of those games I haven't played except for like I think three of them, which was GT San Andreas. I've never played that, and then Watch Dogs. No, not Watch Dogs. Wrestling, and then your Starfighters, all that stuff.
Yep.
But since we talked about that and all that stuff, you mentioned that number 1 was wrestling. So, what about wrestling makes it number 1?
So I win a lot of matches. I win a lot of matches. I win.
Oh, you win all this stuff. Who's your? I would say like if you were to go to play a wrestling game right now and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Where, not where. Who would be your top picks to play?
Play which wrestlers to play as?
Yeah, which wrestlers to play as?
I'd say number 1 would be Obafemi.
Obafemi?
Yeah, he's from NXT.
Mm.
Number 2, I'd say I'd play as Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
Number 3 would be Seth Rollins.
Ooh. I think I've heard of him or something like that.
He's now called Seth freaking Rollins.
What happened with that? Why did they change his middle name?
I don't know.
He's just regular Seth Rollins? He's not like no
His real name is Colby Lopez, his real name. Number 4 is my other favorite, The Undertaker.
Okay.
And number 5, I would say, would be Kevin Owens.
Ooh.
Damn,
So no John Cena or anything like that?
I don't play as John Cena that much.
Because I know that one time I think I played John Cena with you and then I almost beat you.
Yeah.
But the wrestling games and all that stuff. There's 25 wrestling games.
Lots of them.
Yeah. Which ones were your favorite to play? That stuff.
Which one? Out of the years?
Yeah, out of the years and all that stuff. And why was that year better than all the other ones?
I like all the 2K. I like all the 2Ks.
The 2K ones?
I don't like THQ anymore. The old ones. I don't like those anymore.
No. Why was it? Why didn't you like that one?
The graphics were bad. Like They, and then 64, they have No Mercy. The graphics were a little bad.
Well, yeah, that's because it's an older console and all that stuff, an older
Yeah.
thing. But what about the newest ones right now? So you got like 2K16, 2K17.
I used to play those.
Play those, everything.
Yeah, some of the modes were horrible.
Like which ones?
Like the career mode.
Oh yeah, the career mode, like the story mode and all that stuff.
Like creating your own wrestler.
I know that some of the schematics were a bit different depending on which game it is.
Yeah.
But here I'm gonna ask you this: out of all the wrestling games, even though that they have the newest one where it has new fighters and all that stuff, which game, wrestling game, had like your all-time best fighters in it? I know they all have the same fighters, but like, which is that one game that's like this is my game?
I'd say 2K20. Actually 2K20.
2K20. Why is 2K20 your all-time favorite?
No, 2K25 is my all-time favorite right now.
Okay, but like before in the past, why was 20 your favorite?
I have no idea why it's my favorite. I don't know, man.
Was it like the wrestling? Was it the fighting style, the controls?
It had a lot of story modes.
A lot of story modes. So you're basically more into that story,
Yeah, like the showcase, 2K showcase.
the 2K showcase. That's like showing.
This year was the Bloodline. Last year was WrestleMania.
So it's like just showing you the.
The whole story. It's like a lot of history
Okay, so it's basically like you get to wrestle, but you also learn the history behind certain things.
behind the whole match at whatever WrestleMania.
Okay, that makes sense. That would definitely be a good thing to do because like with games, I like a good story and all that stuff. And some games have like decent stories, some of them actually have like good stories. But I also like history in some of the games, so
Yeah.
that was definitely good. Now here's my question: over the time since we that you played wrestling games, was there like did the moves change with each fighter, or did it remain the same?
Well, some wrestlers have different moves. Some wrestlers have different moves.
Different moves. So was it like the same for certain games, and then later on they just changed it and all that stuff?
Yeah, sort of. Sort of. They changed the moves.
What was your favorite move to use on an opponent?
Paul Gray's power bomb.
Ooh, that's when he flies in the air and basically like goes
Yeah,
down.
all time he just catches you and pops you down.
Ooh, I know there's one wrestler. I don't know what the name is, but I think you can help me out with this.
Sure.
It's basically where I think it was from a movie or something like that, where the guy grabs the other person and his leg the other let's say make it more easier, we'll do wrestler A and wrestler B and all that stuff. So wrestler A is the one that's standing and all that stuff,
Yep.
and wrestler B is he's got his legs around wrestler A's neck,
Yeah.
but he has his body like all the way down and all that
Mhm.
stuff, and the wrestler A was able to basically he just like dropped to his knees and the person's head hit the wrestling mat and then flopped down.
Yeah.
Isn't that called a certain name or something like that?
I don't
I
remember.
feel like it's like from like a wrestling movie because I Nacho Libre, that movie they actually did that move
Yeah.
and all that stuff. I just don't know if there's a specific name for that wrestling move and everything.
I think it's called like a Hurricane or something.
Probably Hurricane. I have to double check it, but I know that Nacho Libre, the very tall individual, he's like the 6'7" dude. He's like wearing all black.
Yeah.
He was the one that did that move and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I thought of that. But another good question
What
would
else?
be, what was your favorite game mode in the wrestling games?
I would say
Like I know you said that you liked career, but like if you went
GM mode, general manager mode.
general manager mode, so
You
what
get to, general manager, you get to run the whole show. You get to run the whole show.
so you get to run the whole show. You get to
Make the
basically
match. You make up the matches.
okay. You make the matches and then you choose the fighters and all that
You
stuff.
choose, choose one fighter, and then you choose their opponents.
Ooh, and then
We should do that. We should GM duel. We should do dual GM mode.
we should. Now, are you able to like fight in it, or is it just like pure
It's just
watching?
spectator. You
Spectating?
spectate. You
Oh, so
spectate.
we get to see.
You get to simulate the game. You get to simulate it.
Oh my gosh. Well, one of these days we should definitely,
We'll see who gets to run the best show. Who runs the best show?
yeah, run the bus show and all that stuff. Or what we could do is we can pick one show, me and you work together.
I don't
And
think you can work together. It's only 1-on-1.
no, I know that, but I'm saying like we work together to create the entire show, but you choose one fighter, I'll choose the other, and we'll see who wins.
I'll choose the heel. You can choose the face.
Alright, we can do that. That way we can see who actually becomes a better spectator or not, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that would be a great matchup. And then
Yeah.
we could even see um I think my favorite character to play in wrestling was either Dwayne Johnson or John Cena.
Okay.
One of those two. There was another one. I forgot who I was playing against, but one of those characters. What was your favorite characters to play?
Like one of them, Cody Rhodes,
Cody Rhodes and all that stuff?
the American Nightmare.
Yeah. Anything else or?
I don't have anything else right now.
Mm. Now here's my thing. If if you were in like a wrestling match, like you were the wrestler and all that stuff, what would you have your name be?
The Surgeon.
The surgeon?
I
So you're gonna be slicing everybody up and all that stuff, opening them up.
picked creative on wrestling. I picked the Surgeon. I picked it.
Why'd you pick the surgeon?
I don't know.
You're gonna just like go meticulously just start slicing opponents and everything, touching their nerves and all that stuff. But it's a good name. I'm just trying to be curious on what's the story behind the surgeon.
I have no idea.
Now, are you gonna be
Just the name I chose.
now are you gonna be dressed up like a surgeon, or are you gonna have like a great
I have a black wrestling tights and face paint.
face paint?
Yeah, that's what I have.
So you're almost like one of those like people in the crowds where they have like their bodies painted and all that stuff.
Somewhere like that.
The surgeon. Now I'm curious. One of these days we gotta get you a suit and see.
No, I would be. That would be necessary.
But no, that would be something that we would have just in here and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Or one of the days where we do like a wrestling podcast. We're
We were
watching.
supposed to do that.
Yeah, we are doing it right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about like not mixing game series and wrestling, just like pure wrestling and all that stuff. And you dress up as a wrestler and I'll dress up as a wrestler, and we just watch wrestling and all that stuff.
Yep.
That I think we should keep that project for when we have more things for the podcast. That way we can screen record and watch things and all and see all
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
But
And don't forget WrestleMania this weekend. Don't forget
what day is that? Is that like
Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday? I don't work, so I could definitely try and take a look at that.
You gotta get Peacock. You have to get Peacock though.
Oh, dang.
That's like $6 a month.
I mean, do you have that?
Yeah, I have Peacock. Yeah.
Because I was gonna say if they don't call me into work, I can just swing by for like 2 hours and watch.
WrestleMania starts at 7. Must realize it starts
Oh,
at
7 p.m.
7 p.m. at night.
Oh, never mind then. I thought that said 7 a.m. I was gonna say that.
7 p.m.
Yeah, I had that same mistake when I was doing ordering for my business. I basically thought that it was for 9:01 a.m. and then it was p.m. that the store opened.
Yeah, 7 p.m. WrestleMania starts on each night, Saturday and Sunday.
But yeah, one of these days, yo, we got to make an ultimate wrestling podcast and everything where we have the extra gear, we have the food, we have the wrestling suits and all that stuff, or the masks. We could just do the masks and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and then just like spectate wrestling and just see what happens. Now I don't know if I'm gonna get hit with copyright, but it all depends. But that would definitely be a great podcast and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we could do the different angles and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that would definitely be good. So we found out your top 5 list for games and series. We found out mine and all that stuff.
Yep.
And then we did a bit of wrestling and all that stuff. Which I still want to cook you in wrestling.
Well, you'll have to try.
I'll have to try. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. It's a bit long, but we had some good content and good topics. Also, I forgot to bring the webcam, so that's why I should have explained that in the beginning of the video. But this is why the video looks like this. I forgot the webcam, so it's not as like crisp and sharp. And that's kind of my fault and all that stuff. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want more content, more podcasts, we're open for ideas because we haven't really figured out what the next one would be. The wrestling one's the bigger project. We're gonna save that one. But it's your boy Savage Gamer 68. Stay savage, stay a gamer, and just know if you guys have your own favorite games and series, list it down in the comments below. I'm interested to see what your top 5 are. Brian, you got any final words?
Me?
You got no like wrestling moves or anything like that?
I got a Star Trek saying, live long and prosper.
There you go, live long and prosper. Wasn't that from also Star Wars too?
No, Star Trek. Star Trek had that.
Oh, oh yeah,
Mr. Spock.
oh yeah, Spock was doing that. But we'll see you guys on the next one.